Hi everyone, I'm Carrie and welcome back to my channel. Yesterday I decided to do soft hard-boiled eggs and they turned out wonderful in the air fryer. I'm going to show you how I did that, and then next we're going to make bacon. Now I've done some research on different ways that you can cook it, and the one thing I wanted to do was to make sure that I didn't make a big mess in the air fryer. You'll have to stay to the end of the video to see whether I was successful in that or not. But there's a couple different ways that you can cook it. So let's go learn how to cook bacon and eggs together in the Pampered Chef Air Fryer. To make soft, hard-boiled eggs, you use the center rack. Now I used 6 eggs. I put them into the air fryer, pressed the custom setting, and turned it to 13 minutes. Next, I'm going to adjust the temperature. And to have the best results, I'm going to lower the temperature down to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. And then press that center button to start the cooking. When the air fryer is done, remember the only way to turn it off is by unplugging it. So unplug that air fryer first and then pull your eggs out. Now I almost dropped them here. If I could make a suggestion, use both hands rather than trying to record while you're doing this at the same time. And then dump those eggs immediately into an ice bath to stop them cooking. We left them until they were all cooled down, and then I put my husband to work at cracking those eggs. You'll notice how nicely they peeled off, and then look at that as he cuts it open. It was just perfect. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I post new videos once a week on Wednesdays, and I'd love to have you as a viewer. Now let's go cook some bacon. Now the first thing I knew was that my stoneware, I needed to do some bacon cooking on it to help the grease and set the stoneware. I've heard that that is the best thing to do. So let's start with the stoneware first. But what I quickly realized was that I needed to cut those bacon strips in half, and that I was only going to fit 2 pieces of bacon on one pan. This is going to take a long time if this is how much we can cook at a time. Now I'm going to do some experimenting. So I used the custom setting. I set it for 8 minutes and kept it at 350 degrees and decided to cook like that to see how long it was going to take. I found that was a little undercooked for my liking, and so back to the stoneware again, and this time I'm going to set the air fryer on the custom setting. We're going to cook it for longer and we're going to cook it for higher temperatures. So for this one, I chose to set it for 12 minutes and cook it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see how this one does. Now I did take the bacon at the halfway point and flip each piece over. I like it to be more evenly cooked, and so that was something I took the time to do. For the third batch of bacon, still only 2 pieces at a time, I used the air fry setting at the 400 degrees and set it for 12 minutes. Let's see how this one turns out. The stoneware was getting quite hot, and so I found that I was cooking it for less amount of time. So I ended only using 10 minutes of the 12 minutes time frame, and flipping it over halfway through as well. But this bacon seemed to be the perfect amount for the way that my family likes it. The top bunch of bacon is the first try, then on your left is the second try, and this is my third try at cooking the bacon at different temperatures. Now we're going to try another pan. Now I have this metal pan and I want to see how the bacon's going to cook on this. So we're going to run 2 pans now at the same time, this metal sheet and also the stoneware, and so I can get 2 layers of bacon, still only 4 strips in total. So now with 2 pans, what I'm going to do is still run it on the air fry temperature at 400 degrees. I'm going to turn it to 12 minutes, but I'm also going to switch the pans and rotate them from top to bottom and bottom to top when we reach the halfway point. So here I am switching them around. As you can tell, the top one is well cooked but it also has been on the stoneware, which was hot. So that's it. The other pan at the bottom, we're going to switch that around, put that one on top and put the other one in the bottom, and just watch the bacon really closely to make sure that I don't burn it. Now this one turned out great. As you can see on the stoneware there's a large amount of grease because I haven't been cleaning it out between each time I put bacon in there, but it is holding that grease in there nicely. It's browning the bacon. I am flipping it over between each side, so that's why it looks well cooked on both sides, but that's how my family likes it, and comes easily off of the pan. So this is really working really well. Now looking at the first run with the metal pan, and this is actually the only time I'm going to use it, but I'm regretting not putting any parchment paper underneath of that because it is sticking to the pan and I have no idea how hard it's going to be to clean the pan off. This is the first batch done on a lower temperature. This is the second batch. This is the third batch, all done on the stoneware. This is the fourth batch, also done on the stoneware, and the last one, which was done with the 2 trays on the metal pan. I have to admit the exciting result is how clean the air fryer is once I'm done. Because I used trays, there's no grease on the drip pan. There is some grease on the door, but I can easily wipe that off. So to me, a successful run of cooking bacon is a clean air fryer. I am so thrilled. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned something new about how you can use your air fryer when it comes to making breakfast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post new videos once a week on Wednesdays, and I'd love to have you as a viewer. See you next week.